Let's start the show.
Good morning, your home in the country, AM 860 and FM 95.1, KWPC and the voice of Muscatine. I'm Jordan Davis. Thanks for joining us for Moving Forward. And we have a packed studio this morning, folks. We've got a bunch of students from Wilton Jr. and Senior High in here. They're all juniors, and they're part of the Beaver Broadcast. And also Miss Marcia Hetzler. Marcia, I'm so sorry. Miss Marcia Hetzler coming in, and they're going to be telling us a little bit about their Beaver Broadcast that they've got going on over there at the high school. So let's start off. We'll introduce all of you kind of in a row here. We've got 8 students in here, as well as Mrs. Hetzler. So Miss Hetzler, go right ahead.
Okay, I'm Marcia Hetzler, and I'm a 7 through 12 language arts teacher at Wilton Jr. Senior High School.
I'm Emily Lang.
I'm Garrett Bonesack.
I'm Shelby Owen.
And I am Chan Stevens.
I'm Eleni Owens.
I'm Madison Stone.
I'm Lindsay Ford.
I'm Aubrey Putman.
Well, we've got, like I said, a packed studio, and all these kids now, you are all part of a team, a broadcast team. So what is it all that you do?
Well, what we do is we put on a biweekly broadcast. It's every 2 weeks we try to put it on, and we put on things that are happening in our school. We put sometimes world reports, local reports. We've done some game show activities, things like that. We try to pull in as many other students as possible so that we have viewers that want to watch the upload. There
you go. And where do they all go? Do they go to YouTube and Facebook?
Yeah, we have a YouTube site that I think it's the educational YouTube site, and then we have a Wilton Jr. Senior High School on Facebook as well that it gets posted, and then there are TVs in the school that also...
Oh, they run on a closed circuit?
Yes,
cool.
They run on there too.
Very cool. So now all of you, I know it's going to be hard to get each one of your comments on all of this, but if any of you want to step up and talk about it, we just want to hear a little bit about what you guys see the value in this broadcasting thing, because this is what we do for a living, all of us here in this building, and you're just kind of you're getting ready and dabbling in it. And I went to school not too long ago for exactly that, so I understand kind of where you're all at. So tell us a little bit about your experience so far with the team. Go right ahead.
Like she said, we like to get a lot of people involved just so it doesn't seem like it's the same people coming in and getting a chance to be on the broadcast. We just like to get a bunch of variety of stuff on there and throw in some fun facts and just have fun with it.
Yeah, and you guys are having a lot of fun with it?
Yeah, I'd say we are.
You say you are?
Yeah.
All right. Now, what's your name again?
I'm Garrett Bonesack.
Garrett?
Yeah.
All right, Garrett, tell us a little bit. What have you gotten to do specifically with the program?
What I've done is I'm mostly the cameraman, so I'll just record what the anchors are gonna do and we'll go ask questions to people, and so I'll just record.
Yeah, that's right where I was. I love being the cameraman. I love being behind. I like being behind the camera more than I like being in front of the camera. My folks have told me for a long time I've got a face for radio. So we've got that's really cool that you've gotten the opportunity to do that. So that's one of the things you do now. It's all camera produced work, right? It's not there's not like an audio broadcast or anything like that.
Right.
Okay.
Yep. It's all video. Yep.
Okay. So you get to do news. You get to do like the game show, like you guys mentioned, and you also get to do what was one of the other things?
We cover sports and activities that happen at the school as well.
There you go. And sports is a big deal, especially in the high school age. So any of you play sports?
Yeah.
All of you? All of you? All right, so you guys do you ever get to cover your own sports? Or, well, you've got to play, but you ever get the chance to work with some of the teams to do some kind of cool stuff for the broadcast?
We normally just get a review of how their season is going or how the past track meet or the past game went, and just kind of get an overview of how it all went.
Gotcha. Now, any of you have any interest in sports broadcasting? Any of you see that in your future? Now I know because that's a whole different realm, sports broadcasting, than it is from news work. I worked for a short time with some folks that did the sports broadcasting, and it's a whole different deal. You'd probably have a lot of fun with it if you have any fun with the camera. So tell us a little bit more about what's kind of the purpose behind this program. What are you trying to get? What are you trying to help these kids learn?
Well, for a language arts teacher, it covers all of the elements. You've got writing, speaking, listening, researching. It covers all of those areas for me. And I've been doing, in fact, I actually started at Mulberry many years ago. We did something, video editing. I started over 20 years ago. I love it myself. There's a lot of different elements that I think that they learn from this. So it's a learning experience, but it's one that I think it puts them out there, just something different that they don't normally get to do.
Yeah, it's not a school activity that you see at every school. It's not something everybody gets to take part in. So you've got a great opportunity here. You get to work with cameras. You get to be an anchor for some stuff and maybe put on the game shows too. So there's plenty of opportunity to kind of cover all the different sectors, like you said, and especially for a language arts teacher. So that's a lot of fun. That sounds like it'd be really cool. When your broadcast, you said bi-weekly? Mm-hmm. And people can catch them on the Facebook page. Yeah, step up onto the mic. Let's hear from everybody. So do you know when the broadcasts
what's our
are?
schedule? How do we usually work? How does that happen?
Well, we usually try to get it out like every 2 weeks, but it doesn't usually always go on schedule. But we try to get it out as fast as we can.
Yeah, that's no kidding. That especially stuff for broadcast. It's hard to keep a schedule, especially when you've got a million other things going on. You're also all sports players, so it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to keep that tight schedule. And media is that. It's right now. You might hear about something the day before it's supposed to be done, or the hour before it's supposed to be done. So that's really cool. Now, is there anything else you guys really want to touch on? Anything that specifically you want folks to know when to tune in and kind of where the kids are going with this?
Just to catch us on the Wilton Jr. Senior High School Facebook page or on the YouTube. It's the same thing, Wilton Jr. Senior High School. Try to catch us, and the more people we can involve in our school, I think then it makes it more interesting for them too. Just to list the schedule, we kind of start with a production plan. That's where we start. We put it all on paper, and then we start the interviewing, the filming, and go through the entire process.
That's really cool. Now, do you guys use teleprompters? Or anything like it? Oh man, you guys are script readers. Ooh, that's tough. That's certainly not hard, or that's certainly not easy. So, any of you step on up. Is there anything you guys really would like to tell us about what you're enjoying the most about being part of this? Any of you are welcome.
Get my video editors up. Where's my
there
video
you go.
editors?
We'd love to hear about some of the video editing that goes with it.
Tell us a little bit about what your job includes with the video editing.
Well, I'm a video editor, and I use a thing on our computer called a WeVideo, and there's lots of different aspects of it, and it's fun using it and putting it together.
You're cutting apart the video, and then you're cutting and pasting, pulling stuff, pulling different bits out and putting them together, and kind of creating the storyline for the show. Yeah, and that's a lot of fun. I've done quite a bit of that too, so I understand. And video is a lot of fun to work with, but video also can be a nightmare sometimes. When you can lose video. One of the gentlemen here, Cooper, he tells me all the time the wonderful world of video, where you lose everything you've been working on for the last 5 hours in 10 minutes. So I'm sure you guys will see quite a bit more of that. Now, how many more you do broadcast bi-weekly, and it's all year long?
It's all year long. This is my second semester group. We did it first semester. So we will probably have 2 or 3 more before the end of the year, because that end of the year is approaching. Mm-hmm. And when we talked about video editing too, then what we do after the video editors get done, then we watch it as a class together.
Oh, there you go.
And then we critique. And then if it's not right, they have to go back. That's the part that's not so fun, and they have to redo. But then it's worth it in the end.
Gotcha. So you guys going to do anything fun for the end of year? Anything put on one big final blowout broadcast?
Well, we are currently working on a prom segment, and since it's such a big topic, we just split it up into 5 different segments. And ours was dance and music, so we got some different students to do the Cotton Eye Joe and the electric slide and cha-cha slide, and that was pretty fun to see everyone get interactive and stuff.
Very cool. So that'll all be part of prom coming up, and then I'm sure you guys, somebody might step out and catch some B-roll from prom too, just to be able to throw on for a little bit.
We'll do a segment before, and then we'll definitely have something afterwards, and then we'll probably throw in some graduation things and people that are retiring, and kind of maybe focus on the seniors.
Okay, very cool. Well, this is really fun. I'm really glad that we got the opportunity to bring you guys in and learn a little bit about this. It excites us to see younger people getting involved in broadcasting, because it's an art. All of it is an art. It's a totally different thing from some other careers that you might choose if you do decide to go into video work or radio work or anything like that. So we appreciate you guys coming in this morning, and thanks so much for sharing with us what it is that you're doing. And I'm sure people might just be hearing about this, so now they're going to be able to go check it out too. And also, this is being YouTube live, so you can go and check it out afterwards on our The Voice of Muscatine on YouTube as well. So you'll be able to see all these students that were in here. I'm sure your folks would all love to see you here in the studio. So, well, thanks a bunch for joining us, Ms. Hetzler, and the rest of the students. I'd go around the room one more time, but I'm sure you guys have had just about enough of that. Well, thanks so much for joining us here this morning.
Okay, thank you for having us.
All right, can we get one big send-off? Just say, what is it, Beaver Broadcast?
Yeah. All right, 1, 2, 3, Beaver Broadcast.
All right, thanks a bunch. This has been the Moving Forward on AM 860 and FM 95.1 KWPC and the Voice of Muscatine. I'm Jordan Davis. Be sure to catch us tomorrow for another Moving Forward here on thevoicemuscatine.com.
We'd like to thank MPW Digital TV and Mocklink Internet, the local providers, for sponsoring Moving Forward on KWPC AM 860, FM 95.1, the voice of Muscatine. If you have a suggestion for a guest, we'd like to hear from you. Call our business line at 263-2442 or click mail at voiceofmuscatine.com.